Apparently it's Trina. And it's just kind of interesting because, as I said on my prior video, I've been sitting back and just watching a lot of these people, these celebrities that folks love to stand for, just truly expose themselves for who they really are. And it's been interesting to watch. You've had a lot of celebrities come out and make statements, which, by the way, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't want to, confuse that. You are entitled to have an opinion. But some of these opinions have shown that some of y'all favorite celebrities certainly choose their class, their richness, their wealth over bodies. We've had Shekinah say, Gucci ain't did nothing to y'all. And we had Lil Wayne come out pretty much, to me, on the police side of this. But he's made very problematic statements before as well. We've had the Shamik dude from the Wu-Tang story or whatever come out and say some trash shit. We've had a lot of folks. They tried to cancel B. Simone, Desi Banks. It's been a lot of different cancellations out here, right? But, as I've said before, I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't think you can cancel somebody. And if I wasn't paying no attention to you, I can't cancel you. Now, speaking of, I can't cancel you because I wasn't really paying that much attention to you. The Baddest and the Saddest, and apparently the Maddest, Trina, came out a few days ago on her, I believe this was Monday, on her morning show with Trick and Trina. And she made the statement that got her dragged. And I'm going to go ahead and play it for you if you haven't heard it. Some of you may have heard it, but I'm going to go ahead and play it anyway. Listen to this. Go ahead.
To stem the spread of the new coronavirus in Florida, Gimenez imposed a countrywide curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and will be enforced until Gimenez lifts the order. They need to make the curfew at 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's how I feel.
No.
Keep everybody off the streets, these animals off the streets that are running around in Miami-Dade County acting like they have escaped from a zoo. Lock them up at 5 p.m. so the streets can be nice and clean. That's how I feel.
What the streets got to do with the people's lives? You got money.
We're not talking about the lives. We're not talking about money. We're not talking about the lives. We're not talking about that.
You got money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These people got to go to work. Mm-hmm. These people been on lockdown.
I've been on lockdown too. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You've been on lockdown.
I've been on lockdown just like them.
Yeah, these people ain't been working.
Okay.
They about to lose
Unfortunately,
their
a lot
mind.
of people don't have jobs. I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
They about to lose their mind.
We all about to lose our mind.
And just because one person.
They run. So today their minds are all back. Everybody's minds is back today good? Because the weekend, was they back good okay today?
They mind. One day ain't going to get their mind clear. But it'll help.
Oh, okay.
You got to start somewhere.
Okay, that's cool.
You got to start somewhere.
And that means tear up city? That means tear up city?
Ain't nobody tear up no city.
That means tear up. That means run through and tear up our stores and burn down our stuff and break in our stores and go and tear up Bayside Marketplace and tear up my friend's shop that has a son and a kid to take care of her family. You go demolish her shop for something?
It's always personal with you.
It's definitely personal. It's definitely personal because I feel like at the end of the day,
your friend got insurance.
She got insurance, but she also been locked down for 60 days, also like us, and she also don't have money like me. So I don't approve of it. Period.
Okay.
I don't approve of it. Period.
I don't either.
Because you don't want nobody burning down Sundays. Let's be very clear.
But
okay, and you have insurance.
But
you don't
let me
want
tell
that.
you this.
You don't want to be snapped back for ribs and collard greens. Let's be very clear. Yeah.
Bring back.
We can't. We can't bring back anything. We can't bring back nobody's lives that has been taken away, whether it was from the police or in the hands of another civilian. We cannot bring them back. We cannot. Okay. We cannot bring them back. You cannot pump life back into them at all. I can't bring back my little brother's life. His life was taken.
All right. I'm glad you said trick.
Fired Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has been arrested and charged with third-degree murder. Third-degree murder and manslaughter. Okay, third-degree murder means a homicide committed with the intention of causing bodily harm but not necessarily death. If convicted, he could get 25 years in prison or a murder charge up to 10 years in prison for manslaughter. And that's supposed to justify everything, right? Like, are you going to put him in a death chair? Because otherwise, all the rest of the stuff y'all doing don't make sense to me. That's what I'm saying. Now, I have so much to say, Miami. I am fired up. I am pissed off, and I am ready today. So
be careful
that's
what
it.
you say.
I don't have to be careful what I say. I'm a grown person, and I'm not contradicting myself at all. I know what I want to say. I have everything I want to say, and not you, and nobody else ain't gonna tell me how to say it. This morning, Monday morning, I am ready. I'm ready to speak and say what I gotta say. All y'all fake for the protesters and the fake. We so concerned about George Floyd. Half of y'all are marching. I'm not even caring about this man. People are just doing it maliciously.
Everybody wasn't looting and burning up stuff.
Yeah.
So you cannot compare what other people are doing to the people that are using this for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Because it's a handful of them. It's only a handful of them. The rest of us are tired of it. When the police get behind you and the red and blue lights come on, you're not supposed to be scared. You're not supposed to be scared.
I'm never scared. I have my license and registration and insurance. I'm not scared. I know my rights.
Everybody that got killed by the police.
Exactly.
Well, that's it for
not necessarily. Not necessarily.
That's it for Trina's tea.
Wait a damn minute. What?
Those clips, of course, are courtesy of Jill Strada and World Star Hip Hop. And of course, as soon as those clips went viral, Trina started to get dragged. And I could actually just make a full video of just all of the tweets that came through. I had no idea what was happening. I woke up that morning and I saw Trina trending, and I'm looking and I saw the video. I heard the audio of what she said, and I just knew that it was going to be a bad day for Trina. And this one right here was funny to me after she calling us animals. So anyway, Masika Kalisha from Love and Hip Hop fame decided to call on the spirit of Kaya. She said, "Kai, beloved, please come drag this coon Trina back to the swamp before I get her." And she meant to say Kaya, of course. And then her and Trina started going back and forth. Now, this was the day after Blackout Tuesday, where for the most part, things have been peaceful. People have just been posting about the protests, but I guess folks couldn't wait to get at each other. And so her and Trina went back and forth and back and forth. These tweets are courtesy of the Neighborhood Talk too. And it just went on and on like that for maybe a good couple of hours or so of them just going back and forth each other. And listen, I don't see it from Masika either. I'm not a fan of hers either, but when she reads. And her calling Trina LaKaren really just, that made my morning that morning. But Trina had a trick up her sleeve. Apparently, Trina pulled out an old tweet that did not age well for Masika when Masika was out here calling black women black beast. Okay, so she was basically trying to say, well, look, you just as bad as if you're trying to put me out here, look at you. Okay, and so it kind of went on and on like that for a minute. And Trina was out here arguing with folks in the comments. And she even, I guess, tried to come for Kaya. All right. Because apparently, Kaya started trending, right? And Kaya started trending so bad that Kaya decided she had to make herself a Twitter. And she ended up with like about 30,000 followers before the end of the night. And it was crazy. So it just kind of went on and on and on like that. And it was kind of interesting to me. Now, these folks that was calling up Kaya, the spirit of Kaya, and like I said, Kaya was trending all over Twitter. Kaya, it's just funny. Because just a few short weeks ago when, Kaya and Trina with the whole verses and who should battle whom, people were saying how Kaya was washed up. She got that wood bookcase. She ain't nothing with her little Medicaid van. Ain't nobody thinking about her. She a one-hit wonder. But all of a sudden, folks certainly want to hear from Kaya. Now, listen, I find Kaya funny. She can be problematic with some of the stuff she says, I admit. But she got that Scorpio stinger that just, like, when she gets started, she don't know how to stop. And so I just found it funny. Like, all these people that was calling her washed up, as soon as Trina made them mad, now they want to call on Kaya. So I just found that kind of interesting that all of a sudden Kaya is invited to sit at the popular girls' tables. And I just found that funny because, Kaya don't give a good goddamn. All right, but Trina did try to come at her a little bit and said something about her dreads and things like that. But it didn't land really well because people were still pissed off with Miss Mama's here. Miss the Baddest and the Saddest and the Maddest. So Trina probably felt that heat coming down from management. Now, Love and Hip Hop they ain't taping right now. And management was more than likely about to fire her ass. Okay. And so Trina and her PR, because I don't necessarily think she came to this conclusion by herself, but Trina decided that the best thing to do to calm these folks down, these animals, as she liked to call them, calm down the animals, was to go ahead and issue some kind of apology, right? So she took to the morning show, just like she did with that other energy. She took to the morning show to apologize.
I'm Trina, Chick Daddy Dollar. Just want to say I apologize sincerely to everybody I offended by what I said. I spoke passionately about how I felt about people destroying our community here in Miami, Florida, Dade County, Liberty City, the inner cities. I was speaking about the community. I'm not trying to take away anything from anybody that has been harassed or bullied or abused or anything from the police. That's never where I was coming from or any type of ill intention whatsoever. And I can see where that was insensitive. So I apologize for that also, because in no form was that what I meant. So I take full responsibility because it was a mistake. It came off wrong. I didn't say the right thing. So I understand why people are in attack mode or feeling that way. But I would never, ever say my people, black people, our people are animals. That's not Trina. And if you know me, you know that's not.
Trina also said, this week felt like an out-of-body experience. I am of a roller coaster of emotions brought on by the world that we all live in. These are times of tumult and trauma. I'm not perfect. I've fallen short. I've been racially profiled, and I've had trouble articulating my emotions in the face of personal frustration. I don't want my people to question if I stand with them. I do. I bleed the same blood. I feel exactly how you feel. Please don't allow my delivery to confuse my stance on equality, on justice, which is essential for all people. And she takes full responsibility, yada, 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 for her actions. And then she goes on to mention someone that was killed. And, from the bottom of her heart, she apologized for any grief that she caused. The typical PR apology that we get from the folks, right? So her and Drew Brees both, not one, but two apologies, right? I feel like the apology train, they feel like, okay, let me just keep saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it. And then, it's just too much. It's just too much. But here's my thing with Miss Trina. First things first, let's unpack a little bit of what she said. And I had to put the clips together because they were all kind of scattered all over the internet. Let's start with what she first said about the animals. Now, she said that shit with conviction. Okay, she felt that when she said it. And Trick Daddy, now if Trick Daddy trying to pull you back, Trina, is like, ho, 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 pump your brakes, ho, ho, ho. If Trick Daddy is the voice of reason, you got a problem here. Because Trick is the same person that said, yeah, I have lupus, but I use cocaine to treat it. That's that guy. So if that guy can sit here and say, yo, you doing too much, calm down. And she was like, no, I'm going to say what I want to say. He was trying to help her out of this, and she refused. So she meant every word. Now, that doesn't mean that she's not entitled to have feelings about her friend's place and what was going on. She is entitled just like everybody else. It's the animals in the zoo part that pissed me off, because if it had been a white person on the radio saying those exact same words that Miss Trina said, they would have lost their job, and rightly so. Matter of fact, some white folks did. Somebody of the name of Kimberly and Beck, a clip of their radio show, they're under iHeartRadio, went viral. And she was basically saying, the looters and the rioters out here acting inwardly. That's what she said. And the guy was like, hey, you can't say that. You can't say that. You're not black. You can't say that. And she was like, well, they're acting like thugs. If they're acting like thugs. And it just went all kinds of wrong. And they were fired, and rightly so. So what makes Trina any different? The fact that she black? The fact that she can say that because she black? No, because those sentiments that feel like a lot of these racist white folks, that gives them license, like the Candace Owens of the world, gives them license. Hey, black people feel the same way we do. They are animals. They are wild. Put them back in the zoo. That was trash, as to what she said. And speaking of animalistic, I recall, Miss Trina, you going off at a woman at Walmart because you said she called you a nigger bitch. And you was screaming and hollering, and we saw you acting a little bit animalistic. So it's interesting that now you want to call these people animals. Now, listen, I'm not saying that she should want her friend's place to get hit. Nobody wanted to see those small businesses suffer like that. But then you basically shaded the woman by calling her broke. Well, she ain't got the kind of money I got. Yeah, she got insurance, but she ain't got my money like that. You basically called a woman broke. So if it's like that, then help her out, Trina, since you got all this money. Miss Trina, help your friend out. But see, this is what I'm talking about with a lot of these celebrities. They are showing themselves by showing that they choose their wealth, their class, over their race. And a lot of them have been doing it. She is not the only one. Now, she said some trash shit, but other people did too. But I'm telling you, she exposes herself as well as other people as to how a lot of these wealthy black folks feel. Right? Now, another thing she said that I just thought was trash is when she said something along the lines of, well, I got my license, insurance, and registration. I got all that. I'm not scared of no police. And again, Trick was trying to pull her back. He was trying to pull her back, but she was just, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. Clearly not. Because I'm thinking to myself, Trina, a license, registration, and insurance ain't stopping no racist cop from killing nobody. All right. Black men and women get pulled out of their car and beat to shit, sometimes to death. And they got everything. They got everything legal. It don't matter if a cop want to pull you out, girl. A damn registration ain't gonna stop them. A license and insurance ain't gonna stop this fool. So the fact that she said that just means that she just so clearly out of touch, and she really wasn't reading the room either. That's what bothered me a lot too. The animals thing bothered me, but that bothered me too because she acted like Philando Castile didn't have everything that she said. And he was a registered gun owner, and he still got shot and killed in front of his wife. I mean, his lady and his daughter. And they was put in the back of a cop car. So please tell me how license, insurance, and registration saves you, girl, because I'm still trying to figure that out. That was trash, what she said. That was so trash. And the fact that she tried to conflate and equate the so-called black on black to police shootings like they're all one and the same. Listen, I'm so sick of this black on black crime bullshit. I don't know what to do. And every time I get a chance to, I will say it. I will scream it from the mountaintops. There is no black on black crime. There is crime. Black on black is a matter of proximity. Just like white on white, Asian on Asian, Hispanic on Hispanic. You are likely to, encounter and have run-ins with people that you live close to or someone familiar to you. That's what that is. Stop making that a thing. It is not a thing. Stop doing it. And even when those encounters happen, guess what? Pookie will go to jail for it. But, a lot of times Pookie don't go to jail because of the no snitching. Y'all know that y'all do. The rappers that y'all, hang your hat on, okay? That you will down the hill for the no snitching. So a lot of times, yes, people do go, they go unpunished. But the truth of the matter is, when Pookie caught, when Ray Ray caught, when black people are caught, they go to jail and they are punished. These cops are not. That is what the issue is here, Trina, and you missed the mark completely. You missed it with that bullshit ass shit, and now you want to apologize. But listen, to be truthfully honest with you, I can't cancel somebody that I really want checking for in the first place. But, Trina, what she said is trash, But Lil Wayne said some trash shit too, most recently. He exposed his ass, which he's done before, and people kind of let it ride. So I do find it interesting that Lil Wayne really didn't get hit the way he should have got hit. Now, Trina got dragged, and rightfully so. But Lil Wayne got away with saying some bullshit this past week about, basically siding with the cops, and he's this Mr. Raceless man. He don't want to make it about race, and that's the hill he wants to die on. And yet he didn't get hit with the same ire that she did. But it just shows you that y'all got to stop with the stan culture. I don't stan none of these celebrities, I really don't, because they got some interesting classist ideas, and they stand on class more than they stand on race until it happens to them. They do. But Trina, you got your ass handed to you. That's for damn sure. And people did not let up on Trina. And like I said, had she been white, she would have lost her radio gig. I just don't think she got I just don't think she got it for radio. I don't. I've listened to a couple of little snippets of here and there on the radio, and it just sounds like just a lot of bravado from her. It just sounds like a lot of bravado from her, and it doesn't read well. Hell, if Young Miami got more sense than Trina. Young Miami was out here basically trying to explain that black on black crime does not exist and is bullshit and stuff like that. If Young Miami can articulate that, what's wrong with you, Trina? But no, you too busy saying that everybody is beneath you and that you up here and everybody else is down here. All right. Again, I didn't want to see no businesses go under and stuff like that. We have been in a very stressful time, and she can be frustrated about her friend's thing, but there's insurance and the fact that she could help her friend. You got all this money, help your friend out, girl. Contribute to her GoFundMe if she got one. But to sit here and try to call people animals, that was out of line. That was out of line, and she sounded like Clayton Bixby. She did. She sounded like a black white supremacist in that moment, calling her people animals and such. And it was trash. It was downright trash. And like I said, I just, people waiting on Kaya. Kaya done dragged Trina 1,000 times. But I do find it interesting that all of a sudden people want to hear from Kaya when they was just dogging Kaya a little while ago. And they were saying how, Kaya's jealous of Trina and all this other stuff. But now that Trina done made people mad, now everybody want Kaya to come out and play. But I don't think I ain't peeped that. Don't think I haven't peeped that energy that you got for Kaya now that Trina done pissed you off. Okay. Now, I don't know if y'all accept her apology. It's bullshit to me. Just like a lot of these other folks trying to come out with their PR apologies and stuff like that. I would prefer that she had just stood on what she said. That would have been my preference. Stand on what you said, girl. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. What do you guys think about this whole situation with Trina saying what she said? And just let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe, of course. And of course, you guys know I will definitely see you on the next video.